pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Picarlo.
Here.
Mr. King.
Here.
Mr. Condit.
Here.
Mr. Molina.
Here.
Mr. Silverstein.
Here.
Mr. Walters.
Here.
Approval minutes from September 24th.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Picarlo.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Abstain.
Mr. Condit.
Yes.
Mr. Molina.
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein.
Yes.
Mr. Walters.
Here, yes.
Acceptance of financial report from fiscal officer.
Move to approve.
Second.
Where we at?
Acceptance of financial.
Okay. Picarlo.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Condit.
Yes.
Mr. Molina.
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein.
Yes.
Mr. Walters.
Yes.
Any amendments to the agenda?
No.
No amendments to the agenda? All right, we're going to have a presentation by Jerry Craig. He's the Executive Director of the County Summit's Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Service Board. So Jerry, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you. I'm going to pass these out. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about issue one. Issue one is the renewal of the ADM board's levy. Just a little bit of information about the ADM board. We're the agency in Summit County that's responsible for planning, for services for people with mental health and addictions. We contract with about 26 agencies, and then we evaluate the impact of those services. Our services touch about 50,000 people. About 25,000 of those are treatment, and the other half of that is prevention services. And that doesn't even address the number of people that we touch through our crisis line, our crisis services. Our services are offered to people from, essentially from cradle to grave. We provide services to kids that are, to mothers, new mothers, maternal depression, to give kids the best opportunity for a start in life. But our services also work through to people with severe and persistent mental illnesses up to the point where they meet their final demise. Our system really is sort of holds its pride in the fact that we don't provide services alone. We do this in collaboration with other community agencies. For example, we have an affiliation. We're the only board in the state of Ohio that has an affiliation with the medical school. We're affiliated with Northeast Ohio Medical Universities, UMed, and what we've done through that affiliation is we've been able to take promising practices, pilot them in our agencies, and then study their effectiveness. So we've been able to take promising practices and actually prove that they're effective services. And those that are effective, then we've been able to support in our agencies. An example of that is a program called First Episode, where individuals, young kids who have their first episode of schizophrenia are given an intensive evidence-based program, interventions that require intensive case management, medications, also supported employment, and also supported educational programs, depending on the age of the child and what sort of aspirations they have. And we've been able to prove that that's diminished the likelihood that they'll be able to end up back in the hospital again. It's also improved their likelihood of getting employment, and it's actually changed the trajectory of the illness for the people that are part of that program. And so we're now exploring ways that we might be able to expand it a little bit further. Our services really focus on front end. We certainly have a high need for services for people with severe and persistent mental illnesses. And what we do is we support treatment services that Medicaid and other programs don't pay for. And an example of that would be outreach and engagement services. If somebody drops out of treatment, Medicaid won't pay for somebody to go out and look for that person and try to re-engage them in services. We think it's important, so we'll pay for that. Another disincentive that doesn't get paid for by third-party insurance is in the same agency, if a psychiatrist and a case manager want to talk to each other, there's no way that they can cover that cost. We think it's important that the doctors and the case managers talk to each other, so we pay for that. So there's a lot of things that our levy helps us to pay for that is outside of treatment but supports treatment. Things like education, supported employment, housing programs, supported housing programs that are not necessarily part of rehabilitation but allow people to live as independently as possible because they won't accept any other alternative, and we want to make sure that they're safe and that the community's safe. So as the years have gone by over the past 6 years, and this levy is renewed, it's a 6-year levy, we had last time had a replacement with a reduction, which actually generated about $33 million in funding. And what that's largely allowed us to do is to backfill state budget cuts and federal budget cuts that we've experienced over the past several years. And some of that has been at the cost of doing some things that we wanted to do or had planned to do. But what we've been able to do is save our system from having the huge impact from those losses of state funding. An example of that is that our state funding, we lost 62% of our state funding since 2002 until we got an appropriation this state fiscal year. This is a renewal, so that means it's not going to cost anybody more money for an owner of a $100,000 valuation home. It costs about $7.50 a month, so that's about the price of a movie ticket. We know that with the renewal of the levy, it generates about 33% of our $33 million a year. That's about 78% of our budget. We also get, the rest of our budget comes from state and federal resources, but it's only about 11% state and 11% federal. So really, the taxpayers of this community have really sort of bolstered our system, and we're very appreciative of that. And so, we'd ask that, that the community support, we ask for the community support to continue that support of our system by voting yes on issue 1. I'm going to stay till the end of your meeting today, and if anybody's interested in yard signs or anything like that, I'd certainly be willing to open my trunk and pull some out for you. So, but I do appreciate the opportunity to come and talk with you tonight. And any questions you might have, I could answer as well.
And you do a lot of veterans too, right?
Yes, we do. We have programs in a number of our agencies, partially to stem the flow of the overflow from the Veterans Commission because they're not able to the VA because they haven't been able to meet the demand. But there's also people that don't want to receive services from the Veterans Administration for whatever reason, or have been sometimes when people have a bad incident, the Veterans Administration, they're not allowed to go back there for services.
Right.
So we pick up the overflow from that too.
Any questions for Jerry?
You run into my brother, he just went to work for you guys, Tom Walter.
Tom Walter?
Yeah.
Where
Went
does
to work as a counselor, probably in alcoholism, drug addiction.
Don Walter?
Tom.
Tom, no.
3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
What agency?
I thought he worked directly for Adam Boyd.
He may work for the ADM Crisis Center with Oriana. But no, I don't know him.
Okay. That's good, actually.
Our system, we employ about, through contracts with the 26 agencies, we employ about 1,200 people. So you don't get a chance to get to meet them all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Comments from the public, 30 minutes maximum time, 5 minutes per person. State your name and address. Comments from the public. It's too quiet for you two, huh? All right, tabled legislation. Is anything coming off? No. Ordinance 26, 2013, emergency ordinance to make appropriation adjustments for the 2013 budget declaring emergency.
Move to suspend the rules and pass by emergency.
Roll call.
Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Conda,
Yes.
Mr. Molina,
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein,
Yep.
Mr. Walter.
Yes.
Move to pass by emergency.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Conda,
Yes.
Mr. Molina,
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein,
Yes.
Mr. Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 49, 2013, a resolution amended and restated the resolution of council, of the Village of Reminderville, Summit, Ohio, Summit County, Ohio, third reading.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Conda,
Yes.
Mr. Molina,
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein,
Yes.
Mr. Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 51, 2013, a resolution to limit blanket purchase orders to amounts not to exceed $25,000, third reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Conda,
Yes.
Mr. Molina,
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein,
Yes.
Mr. Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 56, 2013, a resolution authorizing fiscal officer to reimburse Chief Jeffrey Buck in the amount of $1,912.05, second reading. Resolution 57, 2013, a resolution to support the passage of a 6.9 mil renewal levy submitted to the voters by the Twinsburg City School District on the November 5th, 2013 general election ballot, and that's by emergency.
Move to suspend the rules and pass by emergency.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Conda,
Yes.
Mr. Molina,
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein,
Yes.
Mr. Walter.
Yes.
Move to pass by emergency.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Conda,
Yes.
Mr. Molina,
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein,
Yes.
Mr. Walter.
Yes.
Resolution 58, 2013, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Donald G. Bowen and Associates Incorporated for dedicated planning and private streets within the Willowbrook subdivision, declaring emergency.
Move to suspend the rules and pass by emergency. Second.
Roll call.
Who seconded?
I was mine.
Okay, Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Conda,
Yes.
Mr. Molina,
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein,
Yes.
Mr. Walter.
Yes.
Move to pass by emergency. Second.
Roll call.
Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Conda,
Yes.
Mr. Molina,
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein,
Yes.
Mr. Walter.
Yes.
Any old business? New business?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. DeCarlo,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Conda,
Yes.
Mr. Molina,
Yes.
Mr. Silverstein,
Yes.
Mr. Walter.
Yes.
That's it.
Wanted to know was that last community that trained, that officer trained with CIT. Just finished our CIT class this week, and just wanted to congratulate you and have you enjoy the rest of the attendees and we can now have countywide.
We're still shadowing.
Till December.
Signs and put them in here real quick.
The Child Guidance Center on 82, is that fall under?
Yes.
It does?
You don't have any help.